Hello, this is Leonard with 356. I'd like to show you my new modded, not really modded, but actually the paint job for my Nerf Recon cs6. Normally, yeah, I'd take it off for right now. As you see, I'd really recommend not to paint this part, the orange part right here, because when you take it off, it's gonna be really hard to take it off. And to not paint this part, the black part right here, and the inside of right here, because that's going to be the hard part of taking it off. So to show you I'm not going to show you the whole thing, because normally it's going to be really hard to fit in the screen. But yeah, this is my Nerf Recon cs6, the base. But normally, since I didn't get to cause look, when you reload it or push it back, the reloading part, it's gonna do this part. It's gonna block this. So after you're like once on the other side, you do that, let it dry, then like fire it, like when you like put it up, then make sure to put some of them right here, but I wouldn't really recommend that part. And if you're trying to see if you put spray paint on these edges right here, that'll if you're thinking that it may stick, it won't. It's just gonna be really hard to reload it or just pump it when it's still like the first day you just got it or spray painted it. And I'd really like to put camo on this, but it's kind of hard too, so I just put stealth metallic kind of gray or dark gray. And for my ammo, there we go. For my ammo, I actually did spray paint it too, but also added a little bit of blue tape so that I could get a little grip on it, because this here was a little sticky when I first got it. So so this here is gonna be one of the kind of really hard to do, because normally this here, not really, it's kind of easy because it's really small, but from the inside, make sure you don't put too many spray paint or else it'll stick like that and it won't push down no more. And you could actually only put at least 5 or 6. Do not put any more, because it won't go any farther like that. So when you're reloading, it's still the same thing. It will not do any defects, so and this won't thing, but when you open it, it's still going to be the same color from the inside, and it'll also it's still going to put a little bit more orange. So if you want to spray paint that, you could, but I don't recommend it because it might break the reloading part or when you're trying to put in a bullet. So that's what it's going to look like. So a hint of blue. The hard part is when you're actually putting in this part and trying to like reload it or pump it. It's gonna be really hard to push up because this here is spray painted, so it's kind of gonna be hard to do that. And for here, I'll just show you the tutorial for this part. Well, not really. I'm not really sure if it's a tutorial because I can't really remember if it's a tutorial or not. But there we go. It's kind of hard to push in and push out sometimes. So this here is the this is what it looks like when it's all together, except for the back part. And the thing I liked about this part is the back. That's what makes it really good. And this part, that's what I like about doing that. So there we go. No matter what, if you try to push it down, it's still gonna be hard to take it off. So yeah, it's gonna be like that. And Normally this is actually for stealth missions, or like if it's like really night and you could just take this out. But I recommend not putting this part up because there's still a little hint of orange, but it's okay if you do. Nobody would notice it because it's at night. So like, and just in case if you're trying to see if it will defect about with the firing, it won't. Yep, that was the bullet just came out, and as you see, I'm using my webcam because my camera is actually out of battery, and I haven't charged it for like 2 weeks now. As you see for right here, that's what it is when you do that, and it won't defect. You just have to put a little bit of like a little bit of power onto it. And not like the double shot that I did. It's not that powerful if you're only shooting one bullet, but for the double shot, it is really kind of powerful than this. And that's why I'm trying to see if I could actually spray paint that, but I'm not sure yet. And just make sure that your bullets are not just like all the way flat like this. Just like that. Make sure it's not that flat because it won't work and it'll not reload well. So and also you see this part. Oh, there we go. As you see for this part, I didn't really color the inside a bit because it's just too much, or else it'll clog the inside. And it's a bit dark from the inside because normally, even though that this here is paper, the outside of it is the outside kind of the skin of it, or the outside of it is actually painted up. So no matter what, it's still a bit, yeah, it's painted up. But make sure before you spray paint it, get a chopstick or a pencil, just stick it in there. Just look if there's actually a flat spot, because normally bullets won't go through if there's a flat spot. And if there is a hint of orange in the inside, no enemy or nobody will ever notice it because it's too dark to see it. And yeah, I just chose the color gray because it's really stealthy. And I should put Sharpie black right here so that I'll know it's mine, because normally I do get mixed up with some others sometimes. And yeah, I actually modded 3 of my Nerf guns. Actually no, 2 of my Nerf guns and 1 of the Busby Toys ones. The ones I actually modded are the Knife Finder and my double shot. I will not be showing it. It's because that I won't have enough time, and yeah, it won't affect the reloading process. Just leave it alone for about a day or two. I mean, not really a day or two, but at least, yeah, a day or two or a day and a half. But make sure if it's still kind of sticky, leave it alone for about, I don't know, about overnight, and it'll dry. After that, after you do the overnight, wait about 5 more hours and you can play with it. Cause and yeah, and for this part, when you're doing attachments, that orange part used to be there. It will not be affected at all. It'll just be spray painted. That's what I like about this. It's just gonna be spray painted, and when you're taking off the screws, it won't affect. This is just spray paint. And as you see for right here, I put a tape right there, and it's also spray painted, so when I take it off, nobody would see my hidden dart. So I just put this on normally. I don't take it off that much. Yeah, I don't take it off that much. Yeah, I don't take it off that much because normally I like it that way. And when you're trying to put a strap, it won't affect it. And also for this, when you're pulling this part, it won't affect anything when you're spray painting it. It only affects how you take off the attachments. And make sure when you're putting an attachment, for this I didn't really do that part because I don't want this to be broken or anything. So yeah, it's kind of gonna be really hard to take it off. It's gonna be really easy to put it on. There. And yeah, this could really ruin the camouflage, so I'd rather spray paint this part. But yeah, it's not a camouflage, but it will really ruin the stealthy. But it's okay. It's not a big of a deal. It looks like a special attachment or something. But normally, it's really rare for anybody to ever mod or spray paint their Nerf gun. So this is one of the modded parts. I actually did mod the inside, but I will not be making a tutorial. You'll have to get it from another channel or video maker. And yeah, it will not affect what it says, like when these parts, it will not affect when it says caution to avoid injury and a recon cs6. It will also not take off the Nerf. So if you're planning to take off the Nerf part, it won't affect it. And if you're planning to take off the paint, you can't take it off. You just have to redo it again. But normally I wouldn't do that if I were you. And it's not that polished no more. It's metallic. So and I also recommend spray painting a little bit of the inside. A little bit, not too much, or it will not work. So yep, that way. And make sure that you don't put too much inside, or else it'll freeze the inside. And make sure when you're letting it to dry, make sure you don't put any tape on it, or don't put it in a freezer or anything very cold. Make sure it's in a warm area. Yeah, very dry and warm area. Not really very dry, but a little dry. Yeah, in a little warm area. And that's the right temperature and the right humidity, so that you won't have any problems with it. Just don't keep holding it, and do not touch it for leave it for about 5 to 6 hours. If it's outside and it's like winter time or fall, make sure that oh, I gotta get something real quick. Where is it at? So I'm gonna show you guys something that's yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yep. Can't find it, but and I don't recommend you guys spray painting the darts, because it'll affect the firing. So for this, it's a really cool part right here. So it looks like a FAL, an FAL. It looks like a FAL. The only thing is, this part here ruins the kind of look-alike, but it's okay. It's just a stock. So like, if you're trying to aim, make sure you push this all the way back, but not too hard, or else it'll not work. A little hard like that. Yeah. And